What's up, YouTube, and what you know? My name is Domino with a 0, and welcome to Pokemon TCG Online. This is post-commentary again today with a brand new mic. I got this new mic in today. Very excited. Everything seems to be working great, and I'm just loving it. This match that we have today is from my stream. I did start streaming just today. It was a great first stream. We got 10 followers. The small things. Nice celebrations. I will be streaming very often. I'm not totally sure when. It could be mornings, it could be afternoons, it could be evenings, it could be late night like it was today. I really have no idea. So just follow me there, and you can see when I go live. Follow me on Twitter so you can see all that stuff. On Twitch, that'll be twitch.tv/Domino Jr. That is with an O, unfortunately, not a 0, per usual. Again, I will be attending a Guardians Rising pre-release this Thursday, which I guess is when this video is going up, and on Saturday, with videos going up this weekend of my pulls and the decks that I use from there. So before we jump into what we're doing today, hit the like button, subscribe to see more, all that stuff. Today, I know I said we were going to be using the Gyarados full retaliation deck. However, I completed my Decidueye Vileplume deck, and I just love it. So we're using that today. It's the only deck I've been using so far. As you can see, I've also completed a variant that I'll be working on, this Decidueye Alakazam. I haven't tested it yet, and I'll also be working with Quad Lapras, which will likely be our next video. So we're just gonna press play and see what happens. So I had been streaming for about an hour and 45 minutes when this came up. So I had all kinds of losses. I'm not sure. I'm not making a lot of great plays today. And you'll see some of that as this goes. But I thought this game was just great. So you see this isn't the most ideal hand. I just got one little bird. So I throw him out. And you can see the sleeves in the case. We're playing against a Volcanion deck, which is the hardest matchup for this deck. It's the hardest. I mean, especially if I can't get things out. Right now, I have item lock sitting in my hand. If I can draw a forest, then I can get that set up, and they won't be able to use items, which I think is extremely important. So unfortunately, I just draw a Rowlet. So we just have to pass the turn and hope that I can survive, which we'll see. I think I'll spoil it a little bit. We're not going to survive. I was kind of very negative at this point about the chances of us winning, because he's about to hit me. He's about to hit me hard, and he's about to kill my Rowlet. So I'm already down one prize card. So all I can do is throw my other Rowlet up and just hope, that something happens. So I grab blah, 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 blah. We're going to evolve because I felt confident in what I was about to draw with. The Sycamore I was going to use. If I had a forest, I would have been great. I could have evolved to Decidueye and then thrown Sycamore. It would have been wonderful. I realized at this point that I should have put that energy on the Lugia. It would have helped me. And you see that Sycamore did not help us out like the last time. He was not our friend today. Instead, he just pulled us 2 more little birds to sit on the bench. So unfortunately, I have to throw one of them up to take this hit because I can't give up the one that has all of the energy ready to go. And of course, I would draw the forest in that run, not play it for whatever reason. I guess fearing that maybe he had a stadium to knock it out, and then he ended away. So we're down 2 prize cards at this point. But I do have a Decidueye, so I can get started. And I think this might be where I decided to use my Lysander to give myself a turn or 2. Let's find out. Let's see here. Let's see what I decide to do. Yep, so that's what I do. And now I have 2 level balls in hand. I think I held on to them. I'm not totally sure why. I've got to work on more where my feather arrows go. That's why I lost a couple of the battles in the games leading up to this. I just wasn't so sure what to do. And then here I was in, I'm going to pause it for just a second. I was in a very big, I had a conundrum, whatever words. Why is this music coming up? You stop being shuffled. Thank you. Okay. So I was in a bit of a conflict trying to decide between Razor Leaf and Hollow Hunt. I wasn't sure if I wanted to play offensive and use Razor Leaf or if I wanted to play defensive and make sure that I had a support in my hand and energy in my hand. So let's see what I decide to do. You can see I'm going back and forth. Ultimately, I decided to try and play some defensiveness, which we'll see how that turns out for me. The reason I wanted to use Razor Leaf is because I would have done half of the damage to this Volcanion, which, you know, at this point, I'm very confused why he attached a fire energy to his Volcanion. I believe what I had said was what's happening to me. I just didn't know what he was planning. I do believe that, well, he pulls an escape rope with the clutchness of that trainer's mail. So I think, again, what I said was I have to throw out my gloom. You can take it. So while he's blowing me away, I listened to the audio of the sped up version of the video that you're watching, and it's one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. So there will be a link to an unlisted video if you get this far and you want to hear the hilarity that was my live reactions. I think it's well worth a watch. So I start throwing these level balls, but there's nothing that I need. So I just decided to Sycamore, and there's just nothing. It's just garbage. However, I do get a Revitalizer. So I decide now I'm going to try and... wait. I thought about item locking, but at this point I think I decided that, you know, he already has a full bench. What on earth is he going to do? Not remembering that he just played an escape rope. But anyway, I'm pretty sure all I do is grab 2 Rowlets. I've given up at this point. But I am still trying. And with this Fighting Fury belt, this dang Volcanion's going to hold on by 40 hit points, which is just the Fighting Fury belt. If I would have Feather Arrowed him earlier, maybe he would have died. I'm not totally sure. I don't know if that's logical. So he switches in Flareon and blows my Decidueye up. Spoilers, whatever. You knew it was going to happen. He's down to 1 prize card. It's looking extremely bleak. But then I throw up Lugia. And I'm like, wait. I go through a bit of a thought process here, but what I ultimately decide on is I have the Forest in my hand. I don't need Forest anymore. So what I decide to do is I do a long drawn out, getting Lugia ready to hit for 150, which will KO this Flareon. And then if I can get another Decidueye, then I can kill off that Volcanion back there. So I guess that's what I'm thinking about here. I believe I'm going to end. Obviously, I'm going to end because he only has 1 card. And you'll see here, I do make a very critical misplay. Wait. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm thinking about the game before this where I should have won and then I choked. But I do decide to use Deep Hurricane. I don't need my stadium anymore. I guess it would be cool if I happen to draw the parts for Decidueye again, but I don't. Spoilers. So it worked. My initial plan worked. He can't do anything because he only has 1 card. I did manage to lock him down. So at this point, I'm like, wait a second. I just took 3 prize cards in 1 turn. The dream is alive. However, as we get this playing again, he is smart. I can only do. Wait a second. Oh, okay. So I Lysandered up his Shaman. I wasn't totally sure what I was doing there or why I was doing that, but I can take this Shaman out in 1 turn because I do a maximum of whatever that math is. 130 damage. Wait. 120 damage. Yeah, 120 damage. which takes out his Shaman. All I need is one more prize card. So at this point, his Volcanion in the lead has 180 hit points. And the only one that, like, all of them have 180 except the one with the Fighting Fury belt. It has 220, which is just going to be absolutely crazy for me to try and beat. I think those numbers are right. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. It might be 140 and 180. And if it's 140, I'm not totally sure. I'm not going to quote myself. I'm going to stop myself while I'm ahead so I don't seem like a dummy. So I have a lot of cards, but not a lot that I can do. So here, I believe I try and find this last Decidueye, because I believe there's one more Decidueye left in my deck. But at this point, this is crazy. I've pulled it back a pretty incredible amount, I think, and there is the chance that I win. I might have decided not to Decidueye so I could grab Shaman, because I wanted to make sure I got the cards I needed. I'm so close to winning. So now I'm going to Ultra Ball. At this point, I was panicking. I was definitely panicking because I was very close to winning. All I need to do is kill one more of these Volcanions. Unfortunately, as you can see there, both of my Lysanders are in the discard pile. One more Sycamore. And at this point, I think I had realized, well, depending on what he draws, either I win or I lose. Because, what did he do? Hold on. We're going to back up just a little bit. Wait, where did it happen? He does a very... Here we go. We'll skip forward again in just a second, but I didn't point this out when it was there. After we kill this Shaman, he Lysanders. He Lysanders up my Decidueye. And at the time, I sort of realized how bad it was, but not so much. Skip forward just a little bit more. Okay, so here's where we were. This is going towards the end of the game. If I would have drawn a double colorless energy with that Sycamore, I would have retreated and I would have been able to win on this turn, being able to do, was that 80 plus 60, 140 was my math. So I'm guessing that's all of the hit points that this, that doesn't sound right. Maybe I was going to lose and I didn't even know it. As you can see, I'm panicking. He's item locked, so he can't do anything. And my only hope is that he doesn't draw anything here and then doesn't switch out, or that I can draw an energy. At this point, there's only one double colorless energy left, and there's only, I think there's 2 grass energies left, or there's 1 grass energy left. I didn't see what that number said. But he draws the Sycamore and blows me away, and a very heartbreaking. It was very upsetting to come back that much and then have it just blow us up. We almost took it. We were very, very, very close. But again, I'm really enjoying playing this TCGO. So much so that this series is going to shift to Monday, Wednesday, Friday instead of just Tuesday, Thursday. I want to get more TCGO stuff out. The next deck, like I said, will be Lapras. So we're going to try to avoid doing consecutive videos with the same deck. I do love Decidueye, so he's not going anywhere. He'll be back. He might even be back with Alakazam, or he might be back with Vileplume. Again, we'll see what happens. I'm also working to assemble the Darkrai and Evolutions decks, so I can use those out. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe for more. There's all kinds of videos going up. Follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Domin0 Jr. with an O. And then follow me on Twitter at Domin0 with a 0 to see everything. You keep in touch with everything. I tweet way too much, but you can keep in the loop. Again, tomorrow and Saturday, I'll be going to Guardians Rising pre-release and getting some videos up with what I got there. So subscribe, follow. I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again. The music fades out. It's time to end. Have a blessed day. Peace.